Hi, and thank you for tuning in to Tiny Admiral's hangout and model show for Styrene, Syndicate, and Reddragon Modelwerks. Hope you like the show. Now, you were saying, Eric.
I think I found out who might have made this, but I'm still poking around since the context has the content that the message I've been sending out have to be translated. But we got a couple of responses, and I really love this piece, and I got to get my hands on it. This is like one of those few pieces where it's just a must-have kind of thing. So Kirk and I were talking about it today, and we were doing a little bit more digging, and I found out there's a few others from the show that happened this weekend, Wonder Festival 2018. This one in particular is one of the other ones where
Yeah,
it's
that's the one you were showing us last night, yeah?
yeah, this is one of the ones I showed you last night, and the list of stuff, or the list of content is just out of this world, man. Some of the things that are available are just absolutely extraordinary. But that's the first piece I've seen that I was just like, I need to know who did that. I need to see if I can get a copy. This thing, we saw this at Son of Monster Palooza about 2 years ago. I think this thing stands like 3 feet tall. It is
Dude,
massive.
that's lovely, that is.
Yeah, the guy who did this has done a couple of other pieces. I like this out of all of his pieces, and this was Wonder Festival. I know it's not the same thing as what Styrene Syndicate does all the time, but resin stuff is kind of like where my interests lie. They
Well,
also had.
there's a lot of resin figures going on in the Syndicate, dude.
Oh, okay. I thought the majority of people were doing. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So you know how we have rivet counters? Well, there are guys out there, and I'm not sure what they're called. I think Kirk threw the name around, but they're like dinosaur freaks. These two dinosaurs that they showed from the show, oh my gosh, absolutely freaking amazing. And they're doing a lot of. Kirk and I were talking about this. There's a lot of translucent casting going on at Wonder Festival. And I'm just like, this is a show that I got to try and get to one of these years.
Nice.
These guys are cute. I love these guys because they're cute. Well, except for whatever this spider thing is. That thing's just too creepy. But they're all in little like bowls and dishes and whatnot. So just some really, really wicked cool stuff. Here we go. Here's another dragon. Or not dragon. Dinosaur.
I don't know. Creepy kind of works for me.
Well, then you'll totally get this little guy. And there's some things they can't even just be described. Like this thing that's like a walking city with a maw coming out of its back. It's just beyond surreal.
Did you ever see any chalutas?
A what?
Chaluta?
I've never heard of that. No.
You mean Cthulhu?
Cthulhu. I can never say that right. You know?
Yeah, Cthulhu I'm familiar with.
Yeah, Cthulhu. That's H.P. Lovecraft. I could never. It's one of those words. It's like it's an H.P. Lovecraft word.
Yeah, it's from the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
He's the ender of worlds, and he sleeps under the sea, and he's one of the old ones, one of the old gods, and he goes along with a couple of different ones like Sagathawa.
Yep.
And then there's the Shambling Nightmare, and just all these chaos beings. This one, dude, you gotta check this guy out. We've got another shot of him. I saw another shot of him where the helmet is off. Actually, here's the one with the helmet off, but you can't see his face. But apparently this helmet is a separate part.
Rhino dude.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think Kirk City is an orc. These guys are awesome. They're just all about the paint job.
That's pretty cool.
So we've been just tripping over this stuff.
There you go.
I think Gil would like this. The lion with the dragon.
I kind of like that one.
I think this is kind of like the embodiment of Gil and his wife. kills the dragon and shoots the lion. These are cool too. From the what do you call it? From
the Aliens movies.
Aliens movies, yeah.
They were aliens. Xenophobia.
Well, I'm a huge H.R. Geiger fan, so
Yeah, I've got a few of Giger's books. A lot of his stuff's out of print now.
You have Netflix?
No, not at the moment.
There's a doc on there. It's close. It's captioned unless you speak German. It's called Dark Star. It's the last interview with him before he kicked the bucket. But shortly after that, him and his assistant Hans.
I'm actually surprised that Geiger's stuff is out of print, because when he died, I really thought that would cause like a resurgence.
His stuff was so Giger's stuff is so weird that
it's fantastic.
When you dig deeply into it, there's some stuff that's just really beyond uncomfortable. Not to mention that, there's been a lot of people that have taken what he did and they've taken it further, and in some cases even made it better. He was the first, but oh, here it is. This is the piece that I want. I've managed to find myself like 5 or 6 photos, but I'm still trying to get someone to tell me where I can purchase it.
Yeah, I really like that piece, man.
Oh God, it's so gorgeous.
I just wish I had the skill when it came to figures to paint something like that.
You know it.
I don't know, dude. I don't know as if I would paint this right off. I think I would practice on a lot of other stuff first.
I'd have to practice for years before I'd want to touch that, because I'd want to do it justice. And like I said last night, when it comes to building ships, I mean, you're dealing with wood and steel. That's fairly easy to simulate, but flesh, that's you're talking. You need a whole different eye to do that.
You can paint monsters, but when it comes to real people,
yeah.
Oh,
I think this is the guy who created it, because he's got a link to his site. He's got a pile of stuff that looks very similar. Plus, his main banner is the girl. I'm trying to see if I can find real quick. Yeah, these are the 2 show photos. This one banner is the girl. This one right here has got a darker jacket. She's freaking amazing. I wish Twitter auto translated so I could figure out what the posts were.
Cut and paste it into Google.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to take things out of Twitter. They've made it much more difficult to just tear things out. I think I can do it. Yeah, I can do it.
There you go. There. Copy.
Yeah, it's people pirating stuff and ruining it for everyone else. How's it going, Joe?
Oh, she goes.
Still plugging away on that Liberator, eh?
Yeah, I'm just seeing if the nose gear will hold up to the weight that's in it right now.
So you scratch built that nose gear, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I scratch built the assembly that's up inside. I didn't do the actual gear.
Oh, okay.
Eric, that translated that for you. You realize that?
No, I've got it working now. I had to go in and out of the Twitter. It doesn't always work. It's fishy for some reason.
Well, yeah, some of it isn't right. Yeah, some of it just gets translated. That's a bummer. They don't translate that for you. It's a big bummer. It's a deal breaker right there, man. I've never used Twitter. Got a lot of Twitter going on in my house. More tweeting.
I think this is the guy that created that statue, by the way, and this is one of the few busts that he has. And I'm just like, this is really, really nice. Somebody did one where they cracked the lens here, and they like made it look like it was a broken lens. Not really all that. Most of these don't really do it for me, but that one in particular. He's also sold out of everything, apparently.
I'm not surprised. Really nice work.
Yeah.
Nice sculpts. Very nice.
Yeah, they're all sold out. But I'm hoping that
There you go, translate. 6,000 yen.
well, that's inexpensive. Even if they threw in another $50 just to ship that, I'd be pretty happy.
I think that's a pretty honest price myself.
Well, I don't know how big it is. It says it's 13 centimeters. That's really inexpensive. That's stupid inexpensive. 13 centimeters is over 5 inches. I would buy that just to buy it.
Plus tax.
Yeah, the rest of these really don't do anything for me. But at that price, you could buy 2 of them and practice your skin painting.
That's 15 centimeters right there.
Yeah, I've got a ruler in front of me. 15 centimeters is just about 6 inches.
Yeah.
I think that bust piece was what was it? Translate.
Hang on just a second, guys. I'll be right back.
13 centimeters, so it was 5 inches.
That's not the base itself. That's just.
I think it's the whole thing. I think it's from this little piece of foam material all the way up to the top. So it's not that gross. But
All right, I guess that could be almost a deal breaker there too.
why would it be a deal breaker? I think
I mean, I don't think $56 for that size of a figure, or just because
that's not bad. That's not, when you're talking 5 inches, it's inexpensive. A 5 inch piece like that usually will go for a lot more.
That's a fine sculpt too. So I got to hold one of the bigger birds today. We have an Amazon green and nice sized bird. But this morning we woke up and he was sitting on the back of a chair It's like, how did you get out? You know? And I'm on a perch, and I kept holding my hand up, and he kind of beak at it, and finally I said, come on, step up, and held my hand flat as a perch, and he stepped right over my hand. I was like, I can't believe that.
Yeah, I hope that lady outside holds on to her dog, because she's gonna be real upset if that dog ends up meeting that skunk out there.
Yeah, we got baby bunnies running all over the place right here.
I had coyotes singing the last few nights. I've been trying to make sure my cat gets inside well before
hunting time.
Well before dinner time for them.
Yeah. Something met that skunk the other night. I was laying here on the couch asleep, and I'm like, and when the smell first hit me, I thought, I'm smoking weed, and oh no, that's skunk. And the longer I sat there, the stronger it was. Oh, that is so skunk.
You had one living out just outside your window there for a while, haven't you?
Still there.
Remember one time you went out to smoke, and you come back in, and you're like, I was up there hanging out with my little buddy the skunk.
That's the skunk I'm talking about. Something out there met it the other day. And apparently the meeting did not go well.
I love how they're kind of like alligators, where they fire first and ask questions later.
Well, that's the thing with a skunk is as long as you don't startle them and don't approach them, they're okay.
That's what, right.
Don't go throwing rocks at them.
Why would you throw rocks at a poor little animal? Jeez, dude.
That skunk's a buddy of mine. He comes up and says hi to me all the time.
No, you don't throw rocks at animals.
Several times in my life, I have had neighborhood skunks that were just fine with me. They got used to me. And I ain't been sprayed yet, but I let them approach me. I don't approach them. And when they do, I don't make any sudden moves either.
There's a big difference between letting something approach you and vice versa.
I've had them pop out on trails of me before, staring hiss at me. Come on, dude. Meow in a big bad way.
I have found another spot where they don't give me the part number, damn it.
Ah, that missing the whole arrow thing. It looks like this, and it goes right here.
I really love MK1's quality of their etching. The detailing on their parts is beautiful, but their instructions are naffed completely every time. Never gotten anything from them that didn't have at least 4 or 5 mistakes in instructions.
That's a
So
shame.
far, I've come to that conclusion about a lot of photo edits so far. The vague instructions, it's almost like you got to use your imagination.
Well, that's the thing. Vague would be one thing, but this is entirely missing the goddamn part number entirely. I found the part. It's right there. I know that's the part I need. I'm positive that's the part I need. But I look on the sheet. It shows the part in place on there, but absolutely no number designation, no designation to tell you what part number it is at all.
I'll tell you what, I did a bunch of those fascination Modelwerks. And that's what you call photo etch. Boy, that's an awful easy photo etch compared to what you actually use for, conjunction of a plastic model,
Yeah.
At least Modelwerks has numbers actually on their, pointing at actually where it's at.
It's the only real problem that I have with MK1. That and the one I got for the Bismarck kept giving me wrong part numbers. You'd have a typo and you'd go to it says, like, say for example, A20. You go to A20 and it's missing because they've had you use it earlier in the build. So now you have to figure out what part they meant. And it usually ended up being a typo with the fret. Rather than A20, they meant B20. But I had to skip a bunch of parts and then come back to them later when there were fewer parts on the fret, just to be sure. I don't like having to second guess my instructions all the time.
Yeah, you got to be organized when it comes down to this stuff, don't you?
Well, I mean, it's an awful lot of money to put into a project that if you get wrong,
One wrong move at Albuquerque, I'm done. Weather holds out coming this week. One thing for sure, I'm gonna be got a lot of outdoor stuff I need to still get done. Still, everything's still a little swampy. Still a little swampy. One thing for sure, I'm ready to be outside.
spring cleaning time at Mike's place.
Actually, I've gotten 3/4 of the bat list done. Just think my old lady's trying to watch TV over top of this, and she's in the same room. Yeah, he's been on the Western whistle for a while now. Ready to see Clint Eastwood marching around the corner.
That could be worse.
Don't. Dun, dun, dun. Makes me want to go watch Fistful of Dollars.
See, I always remember that whistle from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
It was in both of it. Both of them.
Was it in Tombstone?
You know, from what I heard, from what I understand, that movie was filmed in like Spain.
I think most of them were.
You can look it up on IMDb and find out. I never was curious where it was filmed. I was just interested in the film.
I think most of them were either Spain or Italy.
Yeah, that's why they're called spaghetti westerns. Dun, dun, dun.
I think half of them were done by Dino De Laurentiis. We'll throw that open to our viewers, folks. If anyone out there viewing wants to throw in the comment, where was the movie The Good, Bad, the Ugly filmed? You can win absolutely nothing. We're too broke for prizes. I'm sorry.
Oh my. He'd always double cross him all the time. He'd be up there in the news.
Although I still like that one line from that movie. You have to shoot, don't talk.
You want to shoot. Don't talk.
Yeah, the ugly Mexican guy's in the bathtub, and this guy comes in and he's got the gun and he's blah 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 blah. I can't remember what the dialogue was, but basically we're gonna kill you and we're gonna kill you slow type deal, right? And all of a sudden the water right here in the bathtub goes bang, and the guy falls dead. And he pulls the gun out of the water and says, "If you're going to shoot, don't talk."
It works. Who likes to argue?
Okay.
You can't smoke your cigar if you're arguing.
My dad was a huge Eastwood fan. He kind of raised me on those spaghetti westerns.
There's this channel I've been watching called El Rey, and they're having a Clint Eastwood festival on that here next week.
Well, right on.
Dirty Harry's. Who's going to stop you? Me, Smith, and Wesson.
Yeah, Dad wasn't real big on the Dirty Harry movies, but he definitely liked his Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns.
Oh, I love Rawhide. I could sit and watch Rawhide for hours.
But I mean, my dad was a kid in the early 50s, back when, westerns were what every kid watched,
It was the best ramrod there ever was. Don't you forget it.
Yeah, my dad was a child of the 50s and 60s, so.
Yeah, I went through a Western phase for a while. Right, that's all I would watch. 24/7 Western.
Was never a big Val Kilmer fan, but I have to say I liked his portrayal of Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
Oh, son of a... Excuse me.
Just his mannerisms, you know. Well, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Arizona. Nice in the wintertime. Summer's awful hell. What was that other crazy one? 2 mules for Sister Mary or something like that.
I think it was Sister Sarah. I think it was 2 mules for Sister Sarah.
Wasn't that where the guy was trying to give him that, like, the gimmick on buying his snake oil, and he said, well, it takes stains out of everything and spits tobacco juice on his shirt, so see if we can take that out.
Kind of something I would do. This is why it's a good thing I wasn't around in those times. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take me very long to get someone to start shooting at me back in the Old West.
That's what happens when you live in lawless territory. A lot of that.
You start answering him every time he does that. Turn around, and go wah wah wah.
Actually, he likes me to do that.
You got a couple of them there, don't you?
Yes, we do.
You need to train the other one to do the response for it.
They do. All I have to do is say, "Give me a kiss," and everybody goes. First, they do the little kisses, and everybody goes. Or they do the, and everybody goes. It's just something they do. Kobe's trained to where you flick a lighter and he goes.
Someone's been paying a little too much attention to Dad, huh?
No, his previous owner had emphysema. But first, I came out here and I smoked, and I couldn't figure that, you know, here with all these birds, I couldn't figure out which one was doing that. And just out of curiosity, I just clicked my lighter and looked over my shoulder, and there he I'm like, something else.
Be like, look here, you feathered little wise ass.
Oh, I've gotten in the ear the other day too. Like hell.
Oh, again?
Huh?
Again?
No, that's what I told you. Bit the inside of the cliff of my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, from there, I thought you were saying he did it again. I'd be like, dude, I'd be having roast squab for lunch eventually.
He's after my glasses though. The other day I was sitting there and he jumped. His wings are clipped, but he's built up some super muscles in his chest and he can flock pretty high up. And he jumps from the top of this cage and he made a beeline right for my shoulder and he has it out for my glasses. He really does. And he grabbed me by the ear and the glasses at the same time and was grabbing my glasses, and I just yanked them away from him. And he was kind of mad. Actually, he ran back to the side of my shoulder and postured himself wide and was doing that clicking noise. And I don't pay no attention to him when he does that anymore. And get on with your big bad self, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it out for my glasses. I can't see as it is. He wants to break them up.
Maybe he thinks if he blinds you, you can't keep him in line.
Probably thinking, why is this perch on his face for? I want to take it off.
And if I get those glasses off his face, he can't see me sneaking more cuddle bones out of the cupboard.
No, he tries to unstitch my shirt. I have several sets of shirts that are been Kobe proofed or been Kobe-fied. Yeah. The shoulders of them have several holes in them. I've guys that fly almost just don't pay no attention to him. If he chooses another,
I completely forgot I still had Eric being presented here. he's gone and muted himself, and we're sitting here talking, and the only thing showing is his face.
Oh, his icon there? Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
Cut his mic and his camera. I'm gonna go give me some drink. Toasty.
Geez, that thing's really coming along there, Joe.
Well, yes and no.
What you stalled on?
Right now, just me. One of them days. Yesterday I felt pretty good and I did a lot of stuff. And today I'm like, I want to work and I want to work. Yeah, maybe.
I know that feeling. I think we've all been there once or twice.
I'm not there very often, but it seems like an awful lot here lately. I think everything just finally catching up to me a little bit.
I thought I muted myself.
I thought you did too.
Okay. Tiny Admiral's hangout.
Yep.
Tiny bubbles. Yeah, they're dropping like flies.
Oh. Yeah, Mike will be back, I'm sure.
It's Joe, the gentleman with the birds.
probably shut his computer off when he wasn't looking.
Hmm. When I look at your piece, Joe, all I can think of is if someone out there built an exploded view of the aircraft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when we make models in the computer, we can explode them so all the parts move out from the center. Usually, you see it with things like engine blocks and what have you, or animated commercials where an object disassembles itself.
Right.
It's coming along pretty quickly, though.
Oh, I got a long way to go.
Oh, I can tell. I'm just saying, it's coming along.
My biggest problem is I keep going in and I keep saying, okay, how does this look all together? How does this look all together? Don't do that. And I'm about ready to do it again.
Well, why are you going to do it if you shouldn't be doing it?
Because it gives me a good sense of how much room I've got and where I need to tighten it up and where I need to loosen it up. And
Because much like most of us model builders, Joe has model building OCD.
I wouldn't say that.
But everybody else would.
I wouldn't say it much.
I wouldn't admit it out loud. We're not at the 5-step program yet.
No, I'm into the 12-step. Unfortunately, I keep going back to 2 and 3 when I get to the point where I'm actually progressing.
I feel you.
At this point, I think I've got Bombardier Station. I've got everything constructed for it, except for the wiring. The wheel well, the nose gear, I think I've got everything constructed, except for the wiring. The cockpit, I haven't done much on the instrument panel, but I think I've got pretty much, well, I don't either. Navigator station, I still got some stuff to add to it. Because obviously those rudder pedals, they don't just sit there like I've got them. So I'm going to have to figure out how they go in there, right? Navigator station, I've still got some little boxes and shit to put together, but
Good evening, guys.
How's it going, Chris?
Oh, not too bad.
Yep, to Chris.
Not much.
Things.
I will be right back, gentlemen.
Oh, good. Now we can talk about him.
I'll talk about him when he's here.
Yeah, Eric, keep in mind I review all these after I post them, right?
Oh my gosh, it was a joke.
I muted him when he was here.
You muted him when he was here? Mick, I like you just fine. I was just teasing because I knew you could still hear me.
Yeah, I muted him one day just because,
He was irritating you?
no, just to do it.
Oh, that's just mean.
No, it's enjoyable.
That's just mean.
No, it's enjoyable. I got these boxes to put together.
You can.
Who signed me up for this crap? Oh, wait, that was me.
Every now and again, I wish I could just pause time, get myself a week or two, get ahead. It'd be even cooler if you could do it if you could do it and you didn't age while you're doing it. That would be cool.
Time to dig in the spares box again.
Idea, gentlemen.
What's going on?
Yeah, I know much.
Okay, I have returned. I see Brian's joined us.
What's that?
I said I have returned, and I see Brian's joined us.
Yes.
Where? When? Say so.
Brian's like, I did nothing of the kind. I'm here under protest.
Damn it.
Somebody slipped me a Mickey. I just wandered in.
Howard stalkers have taken over my computer.
Okay, now.
Then. Is now now? No, then was now is then. I can't remember the whole thing.
There is no such thing as now. By the time now becomes now, it usually is past tense.
Okay, I found it.
Okay, he's just getting way too deep. Nick, what does your hat say?
Look at it. When does this happen in the movie? Now. You're looking
Please turn that off.
it happens now.
Eric,
Yeah,
please shut that off.
I already did.
Okay, thank you. I don't need to get hit with a copyright infringement on here. We're live. Sorry, dude, but that's a big no-no by YouTube's policies.
Oh, well, it's on YouTube.
Well, that may very well be, but they'll still nail me with a copyright infringement.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the person who posted it may have a copyright license to it, but Mick doesn't. So if it's showing on Mick's channel, Mick is actually in violation of the copyright.
They get real funky about all that stuff.
And since it's an algorithm looking for it and not human beings, all it has to do is hear for like a split second, and then next thing you know, it's watching. I just watched this an interesting thing. I don't know why YouTube brought it up, but I watch a lot of stuff about Japan. I like watching like channels that people who live there and people who show things about different countries and whatnot. And there's this one news group I just subscribed to called HNK, and they had this documentary about a end-of-life Buddhist priest who's actually a doctor. And they found he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and they found last 426 days of his life. And his wife is also the same type of doctor. And he's sitting there begging her, please let me go to sleep. Please let me go to sleep. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Meaning he wanted to get the hell out. And she wouldn't let him. I'm sitting there yelling at my phone, you bitch. What the hell? He wants to go. But he ended up dying of his own without her administering anything, without her. And then she tried to resuscitate him, even though he had a DNR. I'm like, she's a bitch.
Well, even with this being a cutaway, this is what you'll see.
Too close. Too close.
That's what you'll see. Even though if I turn it over, the radio, there's a Morse code key, and there's some kind of a navigation piece.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I tried to present it there, but I didn't catch it in time.
Oh, that's can't see much anyway. But that's kind of why I mock things up as I go through, and I continually mock things up as I go through, just to see how much space I've got. And there go the dogs.
Is Bill coming on tonight?
He said he might after his sister leaves.
Okay, cool.
They're having family time.
Oh, awesome.
I think it's pretty cool because I don't think he gets to see his sister that often. I could be wrong, but I think she lives in a different city. On the damnedest time with this ladder here. I need to burn all that off now. Oh, of course, and then drop it on my finger right after I put the glue on it.
That is usually the way it happens.
Well, yeah, I was
Rather than drop it in the model, I guess.
That was good.
Oh, that was a pain in the butt. damn it, stay still, you fiddly little.
Oh, are you serious?
I think I need to regrind this piece of acrylic. The edge doesn't quite want to hold on to the edge like it used to. It's the only problem is using acrylic for that job.
Yeah.
Not quite as durable as, say, metal would be.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we're so boring. My wife's going to bed now.
Nice.
Your phone there, huh?
No problem.
It is fun day.
Sunday schmonday.
Red hills there. That's almost time. Not drinking this time. Which is not good.
Oh, God. The moment when you think you're picking up your handkerchief, but nope, you just picked up a piece of paper towel with Windex hole inside of it and go to blow your nose. Yay!
So that'll clear your sinuses.
Oh. Let's put you over here. You over here. Put your name in it. Say it better. Country part, so it makes it sound like a memorial. Okay. I want to be a surgeon. I would imagine I want to be a surgeon makes more than a memorial. God, I would hope so. Otherwise, everybody would want to be a memorial. Come here. Nick Duck take on a whole new meeting.
I was just going to say that gives a whole new meaning to don't get snippy with me.
So about a new branch of plastic surgery. Is your circ sagging? Come see me. Nip, little buck, good as new. Yeah, I slept all day today. I was up every hour last night, and then about 6 o'clock this morning, I was just trying to. Went and took my pills, and then did the hourly run for the pee. I love water pills. I feel bad I got nothing done, nothing accomplished this weekend that I want to do. I should have those tables done already. Nope.
Now, so far this weekend, all I've managed to do is come up with progressively bad ideas.
Well, hey, bad ideas are better than no ideas.
Well, it depends. I mean,
Unless they plunge you
I
in
come up
jail.
with ideas for things like why, Hallmark has greeting cards and invitation cards for just about everything.
Yeah.
You notice they don't have one for Briss? Why can't we come up with something for that? I mean, come on.
I know.
Something like that lends itself well,
Do we need to?
Welcome to your first step towards manhood, or losing your manhood, one or the other.
Losing something.
Welcome to your first steps toward manhood. Here, let me shorten that for you.
Your first step towards manhood. What is it called? Pain. Hey! No, some of the local Jewish channels get word that we've been cracking on that and start showing up in the comments. It's time to make a hand.
Well, I just think a ready-made invitation card would help so much because I mean, that's got to be a difficult subject to broach, especially with your Goyen friends. You know, what do you do this weekend?
How often are you having?
Why don't you come on over? We're gonna lop the tip of the unit off, and there'll be cake and wine to follow. You know.
Oh, there always is. They'll have nosh. They'll be fine.
He's like, wait a minute, you want me to come over and watch what now? You know? Yeah, we'll make a party out of it, you know.
Hey, Eric, in a Hebrew bris, even the kid gets wine.
The kid needs the wine.
Damn.
Damn it, you're going to cut my turtleneck off? I better have some booze out of the deal.
I felt bad for my grandfather. He was raised Christian. He didn't get it done until he was 72.
Ow!
Yeah.
That's literally that scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Nip.
Little ice on it. Could be fine.
Put some ice on it. It'll be fine. I remember I looked at my father and said, why? What was the point? It's not like he uses it anymore. I mean, what?
I never got brave enough to ask my grandfather if because he was converted to Judaism too.
Yeah.
I never asked him if he went through with the bris. I figured some things I didn't want to know.
Oh, you convert, you have to. Well, it depends. If you convert to Reform, no. They don't really want to look at your junk. But if you go conservative or Orthodox or anything else, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the tribe, Snip.
See, as a Goyen with Jewish family, I'm fine that way because I was born at that point in history where they were just handing them out at the hospital like Pez.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bris, it wasn't a ceremony. It was you're out, you're snipped, you're crying, you're done. You know.
You're already pissed off. We figured, what the hell?
Yeah. It was just common practice for everybody at that point, but yeah. So
what a hell of a way to come.
I wanted to convert. Hey, I'm already a step ahead.
Yeah, right.
Or behind, depending on how you want to look at it.
Well, you got to look at it. What a hell of a way to come into the world. You're removed from this nice, warm, comfy place. Someone smacks you on the ass. Then they cut part of your penis off. I mean, that just doesn't sound like a fun place for me to go to.
I'd be holding on to those fallopian tubes going, no, I'm not going, I'm not dropping. No. Yeah. So welcome. So to our viewers, welcome to our model show. This is the kind of stuff we discuss. Exacto knives, good for multiple purposes. Warning, don't try this at home.
Or do, you never know.
Tonight's show is sponsored by Moshi's Bris Emporium. Come on down.
It's a Bris Emporium now.
Twins, 2 for 1 sale.
You had octuplets? Not a problem. For those that are shy, the home game.
My son has no idea how lucky he is. The doctor says, "Well, we do still do them, but it costs money now." No, he can keep his turtleneck. I'm not paying for that.
I'm not paid for that.
Kid's looking up at me going, "Oh, thank God." Hell, if anything, that's a horror story I can use against him when, teaching him how to bathe himself. It's like, no, you got to keep that thing clean or the doctor's going to come and cut the tip off.
Snip. Yay.
Get too many infections, that's what they'll do.
If you're making bread instead of breaking bread, son, you've got a problem.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that is ow.
Well, you got to warn the kid. It's the yeast you can.
No. You try and use a little levity so they don't spaz out on you. Oh my God! What do you say?
Or unlevity if it's around Passover,
Oh, there you go.
You realize, Brian, somewhere there's a rabbi cursing us.
Yeah, it's okay.
These two guys are single-handedly bringing our attendance down.
After what I probably did to his daughter, I don't blame him.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know the board was supposed to stay between us the entire night.
Not my fault there was a knothole on the board. Mind you, I'm walking funny because of the slivers, but we won't get into that.
Aye, oi, aye, oi.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell for this.
At least it'll be warm.
Oh, these two Canadians went to hell. And the devil comes along and they're all, "Oh yeah, man, it's great." They're sitting there in shorts and t-shirts. And "You're in hell. You're not supposed to be happy." He says, "You kidding? We're Canadian. This is the warmest we've ever been, man. We love it. Turn it up a couple more degrees if you want." So the devil turns it up a little bit more. Says, I'll teach you. And he comes back and they're sitting there in just their shorts with beers going, never felt summer like this. I love it. You can't make it too hot for me. So the devil says, "Oh yeah," and he turns the heat right off. Hell freezes solid. He comes back and says, "What do you think now?" And they're all sitting around a campfire with their parkas on, drinking and hooping it up. And he goes, "How are you guys still happy? Are you kidding? Hell froze over. The Leafs won the cup." I can almost feel the unlikes coming on my channel now from every Canadian Leaf fan out there. Or as I like to call them, the Toronto make-believes.
Oh.
Yeah, they make believe they can win.
I got it. No, you didn't have to explain the joke.
Or the Toronto make me laughs.
I think the make believes are a lot cleverer.
Yeah, but both are pretty common lines here in Ontario. Could be worse. Could be the Montreal Canadiens.
We speak French. We're Canadian. No, you don't.
Come on, give them credit. They try. Get that knack.
Hey, that might work.
What might work?
That.
Hang on just a second here. Dude, that is sweet.
That might work.
Yeah, yeah, it might. Now, right next to the radio equipment, you need to build a little ashtray with a cigarette.
I thought about that, but I don't have any room.
Not only that, but man, that's going to be some awful small styrene rod to make a cigarette.
Mm.
That's true.
Now I can almost hear the wheels turning. I got Joe thinking.
That's a first.
You know, if I stretch the sprue really, really thin.
You don't even have to. Just take some styrene sheet, take an X-Acto, and just snip right there at the end.
Can't you just use, short pieces of thick fishing line or something?
I'm just thinking, what would make you think that I haven't already done something like that?
I'm pretty sure at some point you have. You forget, Joe. I know how crazy you are.
I don't know if you actually do.
Poor guy's got a styrene factory going on over there.
Now, if I had a styrene factory, it'd be easier on me. I wouldn't have to pay so much.
Well, the really fun one was one night sitting here listening to him try to talk his wife into ordering it by the dealer case lot.
Oh, shoot. Good luck with that.
She did agree.
Until she saw the price.
I told her what the price was. I showed her the price.
Oh, okay.
Both plastic and evergreen. And as long as I can make enough money to cover it, I'm good.
Oh, there you go.
Did something I didn't want to do, though. I glued the cockpit floor to that bulkhead. I just can't see any way around it.
Ah, be that way.
Are any of you guys Avengers fans?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you excited about the new movie?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much.
I gotta tell you, I can't wait to go see that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
What?
It says culmination of 18 movies. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be 2 whole movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. They said that this film's gonna be 2 films. I think we're getting one. We're getting one in a couple of weeks, and I think we'll get the other one at roughly the same time next year.
April 27th.
Yep. And I think that these 2 films may be the last films for Robert Downey Jr., which is a bit of a shame because Iron Man is just so awesome. Let me say this: the Marvel Universe's Iron Man is just so awesome. Kind of glad they toned back his alcoholism, which was in the comic books, because that was always kind of
They had to, especially once Disney bought them. But they had to because they realized that a big part of the audience was kids, and there's a lot they had to make adjustments to, but it's okay.
I'm just glad that I wish that they kind of worked in the whole what was the film where the guys glowed and then blew up?
That was Iron Man 2.
Right. What was the thing that the technology that they had developed that was unstable?
Well, those are set up to be bombs. That's the thing. They're set up by the whip guy.
No, I know that, but in the comic books, that technology, Iron Man ends up using that technology to develop what later becomes, the suit I think we're going to be seeing in the film for Avengers, which is basically that it's made up of little nanomachines, and it's directly connected to his nervous system and all sorts of other things. So
It's a hand.
what's that?
So it is a hand. Yeah, I'm gonna split those fingers. Definitely.
It is a small hand. Give that guy a hand. Sorry. Mick, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at something. I'm still trying to keep my eye on the
Oh, the conversation.
Facebook groups at the same time.
Right. I looked over and you looked like you were shaking your head in disappointment or disapproval or something.
I'm disappointed in humanity as a whole.
I figured it was more of disbelief.
There is that.
You know what I want to see? I think it's either just coming out or it's just out. I want to check out the new Will Robinson, the new Lost in Space on Netflix.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
I used to like reading Tom Swift books when I was a kid. And it's funny because that's where the term taser comes from. It was originally the weapons in here. Yeah, because Thomas A. Swift, taser, TAS, electric rifle. Thomas A. Swift electric rifle. What taser stands for. And it was funny because I was reading them, and then my father took them away from me because we had gone on a trip to come down here to Florida from the island, and I was reading it on the way down. And it was when he was out in space and everything, and it was a really good book. But all I know is I went to sleep. We're in a hotel. I wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, wrapped in a blanket, standing in the parking lot of the hotel with 2 firefighters and 3 cops standing around me. And I'm looking around going, what in the hell? And my father goes, oh, he's awake. And he's like, Brian, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah. He goes, in the book you were reading, is there anything about a bomb? I'm like, no, why? He goes, because in your sleep you started screaming on the top of your lungs, he's got a bomb, he's got a bomb, he's going to blow the whole place up. It turns out that the people in the other rooms heard me screaming that and proceeded to evacuate the entire hotel. Whoopsie. I said, Pop, I have no idea.
I bet the cops were pleased.
Oh, they were just ecstatic, let me tell you.
Damn, dude.
Kind of reminds me of the day my daughter phoned 911. She was my first child, so I was, like most new fathers, understandably paranoid. So I had 911 on speed dial.
Uh-huh.
Just in case. One day there's this knock at my door. And by knock, I mean that kind of, I says, who is it? He goes, open up, it's the police. What in the hell? Open up the door. I says, what's up? He says, you strangling somebody in here? I'm like, what? He says, we got a 911 call from this address, and there was strangling sounds. I'm like, I don't think so. I says, you can come in if you don't believe me. He's standing there demanding to know who I was strangling because, God damn it, someone phoned 911 and they heard strangling sounds and they don't believe me. I'm trying to tell him, well, look around the house. Do you see any bodies? I says, it's just me and my kids here. and he's not believing me at all. There's 3 cops searching my house while he's standing there, got me handcuffed. And then my 1.5-year-old daughter walks over, picks up the phone, mashes on the keypad, waits for a second, and then goes and hangs up. And about 2 seconds later, his radio comes alive. We have another call exactly like that from the same address. He goes, I'm on scene. I've got the guy here. And that's when he stopped me. He looked at my daughter. He looked at me. He looked at my daughter. He looked at me. He uncuffed me, says, I'm very sorry, sir. I says, no problem, my fault. I'm taking 911 off speed dial now.
I don't know if that would have been me and my dad would have been in cuffs like that. I would have walked out massaging my throat. Yeah, I promise I won't do it again.
Oh,
She was too young. She was too young to be that much. At that point, I wouldn't want to risk it now, you know. Knowing how my kids inherited my sense of humor, I just wouldn't want to risk it right now, but
maybe Baker acted for 6 months. How you doing, Dad? I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here. You shouldn't talk like that, Dad. They'll never let you out. Fucker is. Oops, sorry.
they can't keep me in forever.
But I'm the same person that I've looked at local cops and said things like, is it mercy killing if I kill an idiot? Get some strange looks that way.
I had a cop pull me over once. Says, do you know how fast you were going? I says, do you know how fast I'm going to have to go now to make up time now that you pulled me over? He didn't have a very good sense of humor about that.
Yeah, I've got a ready-made answer. No, sir, I don't. My speedometer's broken.
Oh, he was a kicker for driving a car that's not equipped with proper equipment.
Actually, in the state of Washington, you can drive without a speedometer in your car.
Really?
Yep. You just can't speed.
So what are you going to use in Miss Chloe?
Use your tag.
No, you find a car going in front of you, you try to match their speed.
What if they're speeding?
Well, that's why I know this whole situation. They were doing 70.
I drove a car for 4 years that didn't have a speedometer. It's really not hard. You just drive. You just make sure you're the slowest one. You're the slowest one going.
Pull up beside someone on the highway and yell, "Hey, how fast are we going?"
Then look at your tag.
That works too. That works too.
I actually had a guy pull over and jump out of his car because I was sitting there one day. My kid goes to school right across the street, and the crossing guard is very good friends with our family and everything. And so I'll stop and I'll see her. And you know, people are always idiots speeding through the school zone. So we're sitting there, and every day I'll yell, she'll yell, "Hey, it's 15, slow down." And sometimes they'll get smart and yell back. So one morning I said, "Watch this." And there's a whole bunch coming through, and I'm looking, I'm going, okay. And I called it out. I said, 28 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, 26 miles an hour, 24 miles an hour. One guy pulled over and said, "How the hell did you do that?" I was like, "Well, if you want, I'll go get my old badge and dust it off for you." You eventually learn how to read this real easy. It is not hard to tell. You go that way. Go that way. Like that. Like that.
This is done. Days like this, I almost understand why my wife doesn't want me doing any more photo etch.
Then he laughs and goes back to doing photo etch.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Tommy have a sickness. Although I think Tommy's in the more advanced stages.
Oh, no.
So, Brian, what do we do with Joe then?
That's
Oh,
a
that's a
totally
whole,
different
that's a whole
sickness.
other
I can't
ailment.
answer that one.
That's it. Just put a helmet on him, stick him in a corner, and he'll be okay.
I got to admit, Tommy's one of the few people that keeps up with me, but I'm still miles ahead of Tommy when it comes to the amount of photo etch I've done. You got to remember, this is Tommy's first ship that he's built. He's just been doing it for a year now, is all.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy's not a shipbuilder.
Now, we don't want to say that to him out loud. It might hurt his feelings.
Oh, he'll be the first one to tell you.
So what is he putting for punishment?
He'll be the first one to tell you he's not normally a shipbuilder. He's building that Enterprise for, well, partly because he wanted to do a ship, and partly because his wife's father served on that ship.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of a tribute build.
So is he going to give it to him when he's done, or?
That might be a little difficult.
I was wondering about that. Okay, let's find a VFW nearby.
I don't think Tommy's wife will let him give it to the VFW, to be honest.
Oh, okay, cool.
That one's going in the house. That's one of the few models she'll let him put in the house because of the fact that it's
Yeah.
tribute build for her father. Of course. We're going to be obstinate now.
Try.
I put it on and it said,
No.
okay, Mr. Expert, you forgot I'm a springy piece. Spring.
Squeaky.
Hey, Mick, how did that piece turn out that you had to glue back on?
Oh, it's fine. It was fine once I located it.
Off the tape?
Yep. Oh, that one, yeah. No, that one,
I was just curious because
I had to do it one little section at a time because when the tape peeled it off, it bent it all to crap. But
Right.
Well, yeah, it turned out fine. These things usually work themselves out with enough Xanax.
Wow.
The hard part is explaining to your wife why you were cussing and swearing that loud in the middle of the night.
See, with me, it's easy. My wife walks in and says, "It's supposed to be fun, isn't it?"
Mine runs out going, okay, who killed who? You'd think she'd be more used to that by now, but...
I'll be right back.
I was actually pretty amazed that Tommy kept his temper down when he melted down that handrail by accident. Oh, I need a chiropractor. Too much bent over the table, I think. I'm surprised there's not more going on in the comments. Usually by this time of night there is.
Was thinking the same thing.
It's quiet night. It happens.
Looks like there's 5 watching, so.
Yep. They're like the CIA, man. They're watching you.
Why do you think I don't show my face?
Well, I know why I don't show my face, man. It's public service. This is just my fake face, you see.
Oh my god. I just watched the new trailer for Star Wars, and it is awesome.
I haven't even watched the last Star Wars movie yet.
Well, this is for this this is the Solo movie, the Han Solo movie, and it looks awesome.
Last Star Wars movie I watched, he got stuck by his own kid, so.
Yeah, but this is the one when he's a young guy.
Oh boy. Has to happen at least once per night.
What happened now?
I have to go looking for a piece of photo etch. Aha, there it is. Floor monster shall not be fed tonight. Now that I've said that, watch, I'll drop something else.
Of course.
The fates are looking at me going, won't be fed, huh? Screw you, Nick. This is the kind of stuff I was saying is getting a little bit too small for this piece of acrylic I'm working with. It's a railing, and I'm folding up the very end tabs. And 1 to 350 scale, that's very small.
Sounds like it.
Under 0.5 millimeter, put it that way.
This shit's all about the little stuff.
That's pretty much our whole hobby, isn't it?
Yeah. Still trying to figure out why I'm doing so much little stuff.
This is a hobby?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
Last I heard.
I missed that memo.
Good enough for the girls I go out with.
Yeah?
Well, considering they don't do photo etch at all, you know.
Oh.
Okay.
Come to think of it, what do guys who are faking that they have a girlfriend up in Canada say? Because usually down here in America, they say, oh, they got a girlfriend, but they're in Canada, and, you know, you don't know them. Do they say the same thing about America?
No. Nobody wants to admit that. No, up here they just date Pamela Henderson. And her sister Lefty. Which really, when you think about it, actually, Pamela Anderson would be the perfect person to claim to be dating because she's Canadian, but she's living in the States, you know.
Oh, sure.
I can't remember which comedian said it, but it was a jibe about Shania Twain.
Mm-hmm.
I said yes, because nothing says American country music like a Canadian broad living in Sweden or living in Switzerland with a guy named Mutt. Now, obviously, this joke was back before she divorced him, but
yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand that one. I mean, sometimes you can understand why it happens, but that one, looking at her, I'm looking at the one he went with, and I'm going, really? Did you really think you were trading up? What the hell?
dude, look at Prince Charles.
Oh, God.
Do we have to?
We're all sitting there going, wait a minute. You gave up Diana for that? Dude.
Yeah, that was like, ugh.
I'm British. I'm not allowed to have someone good looking and must have crooked teeth.
That's not crooked teeth. That's just bounced off every goddamn branch and the roots of the ugly tree. That's just no.
That's getting beat to death with the ugly log. That's what that is.
Although I gotta admit, I will say, because she was known for having had her own little twists as well. But I'm sorry. There's no way you look at the redheaded prince and tell me that they have the same father. It's just not happening. No. No. I took a look at that and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not your daddy. Someone do a paternity test. I dare you.
I saw a meme that I thought was really funny. Because you know, the new royal babies are half American, right?
Yeah.
So they could conceivably go for their U.S. citizenship. Now, if they were ever to run for president, Britain's trying to get America back, and that's how they plan to do it. I saw that meme and I thought, you know, it would be funny if it didn't quite make so much sense. I could almost picture the queen when she was told who her grandson was dating. Hide all the tea. She'll only throw it in the bay.
Yeah, I love all these sudden relatives that she has. Oh, we weren't invited. Well, when's the last time you spoke to her? 20 years ago. Really? And you're wondering why you weren't invited? You idiot. You a big piece. I know it. You're an idiot. You know, with all the filing we do, any one of us is qualified to go work in a nail salon.
Hey, most of us airbrush too.
Yeah.
Work in a nail salon, get high all day long.
Leaving these people yelling at you all day. Why are you paying battleship on her fingernails? That's not what you want. But look, if you use the 3 middle fingers, they're the guns. Just whenever kids piss her off, she can just point at them and pretend she's shooting them. You have severe issue.
I never wanted to do this for a living. I always wanted to be a lumberjack.
Well, it's your turn in the barrel tonight.
I was watching Monty Python's and Now for Something Completely Different earlier today. But my kid has the same sense of humor as me. My wife doesn't get Monty Python at all. Liam's sitting there laughing his 5-year-old ass off. The Lumberjack song came on. He didn't even know what the hell he was laughing at, but he was laughing. Sitting there going, what are you laughing at? You play dress up in your mom's clothes.
Dad?
Not supposed to say that out loud.
Oh, he's 5 years old. It's innocent.
I'm only using the ones
Now,
I
when
see.
he's 25, and if he's still doing it, then you got to worry. If he's 25 and he's still doing it, you don't have a son. You have a daughter. You need to just accept that, you know?
Yeah.
Got all that cleaning my glasses off only to find out, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm doing something up close. The glasses aren't going to help me.
What the hell are you doing? Oh. I love having conversations with you guys and then realizing I've been on mute the entire time. I came back from picking up my piece on the floor, blew my nose, looked, oh, we lost Eric.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm kind of concentrating on my photo etch. I didn't even notice him slipping out.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, how's this place? Piece not working, and I'm getting, okay. I'm like, why is everyone so damn quiet? All of a sudden I go, you're on mute, dumbass. Ooh-wee. Good job, Brian.
Wouldn't be the first time that happened.
No.
No. Joe came in one night, and it was just me sitting here. It wasn't a live hangout, but I'm sitting there. I says, "Hey, how's it going, Joe?" I didn't hear anything. I thought, okay, he's busy. And I looked down. I says, "Well, that's a nice tiger you're working on." Didn't say anything, so I'm like, okay, maybe he pissed at me or something. And I just, assumed he wasn't in the mood to talk for some reason, and went back to what I was doing. Well, about a half an hour later, can you hear me now? Really loud. I just about jumped out of my goddamn chair. Turns out Joe was running with his mic muted and didn't realize it.
It was one of the first hangouts I was in with you.
Yep.
And it was the first hangout I had been on with the new setup that I had last year. And it was like, okay, I'm talking away and saying things, and Vic is just doing his thing. And I'm thinking, okay.
He pissed at me.
It's like, oh, wait a minute. I know a lot of things, but I did shower this morning. And so after a while, I'm thinking, this is really this is really strange. And it's like, wait a minute. So I started going through the settings, and I realized that, yes, I had plugged in the headset with the mic. I just didn't okay the fact that it wanted to use the mic.
Okay.
So when I finally got that all straightened out, and I said, can you hear me now? The look on his face was priceless.
The thing is, I had my volume turned up. He had the mic gain turned up. I mean, literally, it was like someone with a megaphone right by my ear. Can you hear me now? Parts flying everywhere. All that's left of Mick is a vapor trail going straight up to the ceiling where his feet are dangling out of the hole, Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how those pedals attach to those rudders, because this just ain't going to work. It's all cut open. I can't have that with nothing there.
Okay. Where am I here? Got that. D8. Bingo.
Wrong part number.
Shut up.
Shut up, you.
Oh, this one's going to be fun to bend.
Must have multiple bends to it.
It's got to bend its way around here, and go flat here, then around here.
Oh, lovely.
So basically, I'm bending Mickey Mouse's ears out of photo etch.
And now we realize why Joe doesn't like photo etch.
Come on now, it's like origami for, you know, people that don't like paper.
I refer back to my earlier statement.
But Joe, photo etch is your friend.
Let's see, we are live. I have to try to be good.
Sure, you can figure out how to use other words in place of that word.
Yeah, but none of them actually make the impact.
Show me where the photo etch hurt you on the doll.
Yes,
Morning,
I know.
guys.
Hey, Tommy.
Speaking of photo etch, how you doing, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Still at my
Would you
mom.
do me a favor? Would you tell Joe that photo etch is his friend?
Photo Itch is my friend.
Lie.
No,
Tommy, how much have you had to drink tonight?
I'm just getting started. How much do you want me to drink?
Enough till you tell us
the
the
truth. The
truth.
other night, he was pretty near corked.
I was.
I could hear it in his voice. He's like, yeah, I
It was
guess.
your fault.
Yeah, and then after you left, Mick, he went on and went on about 17 times about AR-15s and AR-10s.
Oh yeah.
That guy's got to have his passions. Come on.
Gil's his glass was making me thirsty. Now I'm at my mom's, so I was modeling this weekend.
See, that's the thing. When I'm at my mom's, that's when you know I ain't sober. My family has this weird tendency to feed me alcohol. As soon as I'm in the door, you want a drink?
Can I get in and get comfortable, please?
That's how they get me to come in and get comfortable, you see.
Oh, that's how they get you to get in?
Sister-in-law does the same thing every time we go to visit Tammy's family. Hey, Mick's here. Let's get him plowed.
Good thing he's only got to walk.
It's always more fun when Mick's plowed.
Well, I'm not walking to Barrie, dude. That's a long walk. It's about a 4-hour drive.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm there, we're staying the night. Either that or I've got a motel nearby. At which point they pay for a cab. They're pretty good that way. They know I'm pretty strict about drinking and driving, so. Being the son of a trucker, you end up getting very strict about that sort of stuff. Because I have seen all too many times what happens when people get behind the wheel drunk. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like photo etch Mickey Mouse. It looks like a pair of photo etch boobs. Now you see like photo etches, my friend?
If that's what you need to be able to see boobs, you have issues.
On that note, I hope you gentlemen.
I was wondering. Well, dang, you're good. You didn't have glasses on.
Yeah, I'm nearsighted, so I don't need them when I'm up close.
Oh, wow.
Now, don't forget, don't mute him. He gets rather upset about that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tommy.
Oh, don't know. I'm not one of them people.
I am.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not surprised we haven't seen Vinny.
He usually won't go on a live. So.
Oh, no, we've had a few of the hangouts and he hasn't come to those either.
It depends if he's over on Pablo's.
Yeah.
So, Joe, your motto is cutaways are my friend or styrene is my friend?
Neither one.
Oh, they're not your friends?
No, they're going to be the reason I end up in the rubber room with one of the hug me long time shirts.
Ah. No, I've actually worked on those kind of rooms in my with the padded walls and the glass. You hit the switch and you can see through it. And you hit the switch and you can't see through it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up
That makes for a different kind of research.
Chris, you rub that so, like, gently.
That's because the brush I'm using it on has thinner on it, and I don't want to stab it in that stupid soap with thinner.
Ah. One time. Daddy's chicken is it.
Tommy, how much work you got done?
Yeah.
Hey, Tommy,
Yeah?
how much work are you getting done?
What do you mean?
Work.
Work. It's set to go tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
It's all done. It's all wrapped up, ready to go. It's due by noon. It's done. There'll probably be some changes in the morning because I'll get some emails. But so do I send it first thing in the morning so it's too late to make changes, or do I wait?
You should send it right now.
No, that is not ever good to send things at odd hours because then they expect things at odd hours. Clients, but I don't. They're not my. I'm not their employee. So they can request. They cannot demand.
I find how amazing people that have a hard time understanding that concept.
What, request and demand?
No, that I don't work for you. Why are you expecting things from me? I went that with my landlord. Well, you need to. Mainly, you work for me. I pay you to provide me with a roof over my head and keep that roof on. Yeah, I don't work for you. I don't have to be here. I don't have to do anything for you. No.
Now Nick's happy. Cigarette delivery.
Ooh.
Thought you were quitting.
Yeah, well, then the patches decided to give me rough rashes all over my goddamn body.
Aye.
Dude, I've been off those patches 2 weeks. I still have areas that are fucking red and lumpy and itchy.
And it's from the patch.
That's supposed to apply your genitals.
Oh, I didn't. I went into the smoking cessation counselor 2 weeks ago and told them that I was getting some reactions, and I showed them the welt on my chest, and they says, "Oh, well, stick them on your back and on your shoulders. It's rougher skin in your chest. You'll be fine." Was it like 4 days later I had to stop taking them because, I mean, everywhere I put them, it doesn't matter. My shoulders, it comes out in huge ass welts that take like 3 weeks to dissipate. Like a chemical burn. It gives me chemical burn for some reason. Something in those patches my skin does not like. So I got an appointment with them either tomorrow or the next day, and I got to go in and I'm going to give them their patches back and tell them, yeah, we got to figure something else out. They put me on the Champix or something else because, yeah, this ain't working.
They're going to put you on Tampax? What?
Champix. It's a
Chantix. Okay.
Yeah, Champix. It's a pill.
Up there? Put you on Tampax? I'm like, what the hell, Nick?
Brian, it is not us.
I'm gonna start smoking tampons. That's, you know.
Well, I'm just wondering where his rash is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What sort of medical procedures you have that we don't know about?
To each their own, Brian. Let's not judge.
Well, you know, they gave me the patch. I thought it was a suppository. Stuck it up my butt. Now I'm bleeding. You know.
Well, it explains a lot why Liam's dressing up and dresses now. If that's the case, he's just following after Dad. Soon to be Mom.
Mick wants to say something, but he knows we're live.
No, right now I'm busy concentrating on my photo etch, actually.
Look at me later. Don't worry. I'll log on. There'll be something waiting for me.
I'll just send you a cactus.
And I'll send you a cheese grater.
You noticed who commented on that, eh? I was sitting there. I says, "Oh, he commented. Uh-oh. What is he gonna say? Oh no, no, he's behaving. He just commented. Ooh, rough, right? He's okay. He's gonna play. He's gonna play nice. He's not gonna. He's not gonna poke the bear anymore. You know." Well, I had a talk with him about how he needs to work on his delivery. Throw an LOL in there or something.
Yeah.
Because no, really, you may have been meaning to come across as a joke, but dude, it came across serious. And when people think that you're attacking me like that, you know, sooner or later, one of my friends is going to step in and say something, and it's probably going to be something you're not going to like.
Yeah, your whole mentality is going to be backfired upon yourself.
You have friends?
A few.
Okay.
Yes, there are people out there that crazy.
And just think, he doesn't have to pay them either.
Which is good because, man, if there weren't anybody out there that crazy, it'd be an awful lonely life.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not going to be sane for other people, you know. If I was sane, people wouldn't know it was me. Who are you, and what have you done with Nick?
Excuse me.
Okay. And that's the way she looks right at the moment.
Oh, hang on a minute here. Where'd I put my mouse?
That's so pretty.
There it
Yes,
is.
that's right. Cool. Wow.
So what are you doing with your pedals?
I don't know yet.
Just run them. So if they show them on the openings, you know.
That's lovely, that is.
So, is it like photo etch where then you paint everything?
Yeah, I'll have to paint everything.
Huh?
And then there's my radio equipment for above.
Oh, dude, I never even did that.
You got high cords hanging down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Fuzzy dice.
I thought about that too.
That actually wouldn't be hard to do.
Don't forget the mini hula girl.
Yes, you gotta have the hula girl.
Oh, shoot, if I was at my desk, it'd be right there. But I'd have a mini one.
I don't know. The mini hula girl in 1 to 48 scale might be just a bit pushing it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Really?
Which almost guarantees that Joe will do it because, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, there we go.
Okay, Joe, when do they get final mounted?
Once I figure out the instrument panel and I get that done, and
3 months from now.
more like 8.
That's some beautiful work, Joe.
That is really cool. Awesome job.
I still prefer photos.
Oh, shush. It's time to shine. You gotta dump in it. I like photo etch.
Blew it.
But you see how much
Time for no day, honey.
you see how much what is actually seen on that table, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
He has to create this thing and then figure it out. Oh, there's a bomb.
And in 3 dimensions.
Well, that's his flavor of crazy. We all have our own.
Yeah. Too small
I'm
for
a
me.
little strange at times, you know. Okay, most of the time I'm strange.
I just like how good of a job you did on the bracing on the wall. I've seen other guys try and do it, and it looks like, you know, it's all over the place. Yours actually has some symmetry to it.
To be truthful, I don't care for it the way it is because it's not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any H-beam that is that small.
Do they even make H-beam that small?
I imagine somebody does. Or I-beam that small, maybe.
H. This is H. These are arms.
Dude, all this is going to be seen, so I had to do something with it. I think with this being said, though, what I've got left to do, I think just the instrument panel and the brake pedals. I got a little bit to do with that nose gear assembly.
Excuse me.
That's easy for you to say.
We'll move on to the bomb bay.
So, Brian,
Yeah.
I seen this post earlier of the one guy in the Syndicate page with that high-grade Gundam.
Yeah.
How much does that one go for that's gold-plated?
That one.
It's an anniversary, too.
Yeah.
You're probably your firstborn and a testicle.
Nah, it's probably in the $100 range. Normally HG. What was it? A master grade or was it an high grade?
HG.
HG. So it's 144. Probably 55 to 80. Anywhere from 55 to 80.
Yeah. I was reading his post that he said that the nub marks on gold-plated.
Oh yeah, it's just like here on the wrists on this. Like this is actually molded in gold.
Yep.
And you can see right there as soon as you pop it off.
Yeah.
Which is why anything gold you really got to paint. Or in his case, I mean, he really, a lot of people don't even think of it. For $12, you go to Walmart, you pick up a 24 karat gold leaf pen, and it takes care of your troubles.
Yeah. I seen it earlier. I was curious how much that particular kit would go for.
Yeah. But see me, I put it together. I mean, I like what he did with it. It was really, I mean, I really think that's an awesome thing that he did with it. But some things are just meant to be put together.
And you know somewhere there's a collector going nuts out of his mind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. But you'll always have that. That's the thing. I mean,
Considering it is serial numbered.
Oh, yeah. To which I always tell them, go buy your own.
Yeah, I'm not big on the whole collecting thing myself. I mean, I understand why some people do it, but my thought is it was made to be built.
Now I can see if you bought one to build and then you bought one to collect. Okay. Then you have the purist argument. But then you're taking away from somebody else. As long as my money paid for it, guess what? I'll do whatever the hell I want with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thought on it. Mind you, I have the same thought when it comes to rivet counters, too. You can't do that. I just did.
See, that's when I would take out a paint marker and go, what about this? Right down the side. Racing stripe.
Uh-oh.
Do you need me to call the ambulance now, or are you going to be able to make it?
Okay. I had to take a call from my daughter.
Diploma.
Diploma. Exactly.
People like that make me want to start doing things like hippie tie-dye paint jobs on military vehicles. Just to watch him blow a gasket.
Like Pink and Purple Train.
What did you do? And the question is, why didn't you? This should be a good week for me. Coming in. I got a wood grain paint set coming in. Christian should be mailing out my care package tomorrow.
Is that considered a care package?
Care caravan's more like it. I have to hit him up, make sure he didn't put any more in it.
I have my wife's Amazon order coming in.
That's where the pain's coming from. Then I went and I bought myself my birthday present. I was on eBay last Friday and I was like looking around. I was looking at used airbrushes. I'm not looking at Dumbo. And someone was selling Iwata HPSB, which brand new is a what do you call it? A $350 brush. Now I will never in my life spend $350 on an airbrush. But this one was used, was up for best offer. So she had it for either starting bid of 100 or best offer. But she had never run it. So I said, okay. I sent her 65 and I put in a note, low bid because of, I said low offer because you've never run it and I don't know if I've got to replace, seals or an air valve or anything like that. And then I don't hear from her all weekend. I'm like, really? So I'm looking around other stuff. Finally, she hits me up today, declined. Well, how much would you offer if I ran it? At that point, I had already bought a brush. Yeah, so.
There we go. Photo etch Mickey Mouse ears / boobs.
Woo! Nice.
That's one the pagoda.
This is the aft bridge.
Okay.
The pagoda's right there.
Gotcha.
Except for I haven't got the radar range finders on it yet, but
check the radar range. You got 3 more minutes, sir.
Woohoo! Time for a quickie.
What's going on down there? He's at 3,000 feet. Now he's at 2,000 feet. Now he's at 10,000 feet. He's all over the place. What an asshole. Coffee knows. Looks like I picked the wrong weeks. That stops thinking, ooh. Yeah, I've been dying to show my kid those movies. Just dying to, and I think it just needs a little while longer.
Yeah, my kid's already seen enough of my movies to be warped for life. You should have seen him laugh his ass off at the movie 1941. The scene where the scene at the beginning where the naked broad stuck up the periscope and the Japanese guy's just getting back inside the traps and he looks up. Hollywood!
Yep.
Liam just about fell off the couch laughing at that.
Hollywood! Hollywood!
He walked around for the next couple of hours with his Lego guys going, Hollywood! I'm like, oh, what have I started?
You've created a monster.
Hey, Johnny, how's it going?
All right, with you guys.
Oh, dude, you're working on that Shield Maiden bust.
That thing's beautiful.
That's a nice bust. That's the kind of piece that makes me wish I did figures.
I think the shield came out pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah. Here, let me present that to people so they can see it there. That is a beautiful sculpt, man.
Oh, it is.
You're doing a really nice job on it too.
Thank you.
That Johnny, he's so disarming. Sorry, I couldn't resist. It was there.
It was good.
It's not very often I get to use that kind of a line.
Is that the 200 scale Yamato you're working on?
No. This is the 1 to 350 scale new tool from Tamiya. Well, new tool. It's about like 8 years old by now, but so
Beautiful.
I've just got the color on the bottom, and now I'm getting the bridge work done because I need to tape off the bottom and do the IJN Curie Arsenal Gray on the upper. And first I'm trying to bang off some of these superstructure components so I can get them painted at the same time, because that's one good thing about the Yamato. Its paint scheme is easy to figure out. Red on the bottom, the entire rest of the ship is IJN Curie Arsenal Gray.
I got a question. On the hull, right above the keel,
Yeah.
what's that little cutout? On the side, right above the side keel.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
That is boat launches.
Okay.
There's doors there. The light's kind of hard to see here. There's doors there that open and close, and the boats slide out on racks. And I just knocked that goddamn ladder off.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
And of course, I don't have my. No, it's not your fault. I should have paid attention to what I was doing. And of course, it's a little teeny. You know what? I've got spares. Don't worry about it. I've got spares. I'm not going to worry about it.
Hey, look on your shirt first. Unless you heard it fall.
No, I heard it ping off my finger, and then it sort of flash. But it's small enough. It could be in my ashtray. It could be in my garbage can over here. It could be anywhere. My kid might pull it out of his breakfast in the morning. I don't know.
I was doing a 200 scale Bismarck, and I knocked off one of the depth chargers.
Yeah, I just actually finished the that kit a month ago. The only thing I have left to do on it now is the rigging.
You know the depth charges that are on the fantail, the little racks? I knocked one off. I looked everywhere for it. It was stuck on the top of my slipper.
Oh, jeez.
I moved everything out of the room, sweep, and everything else.
Hang on, I'll grab mine so you can take a look at it. I'm actually rather proud of this one.
With all the foliage, Johnny, you should be.
Now, this one is a beta test for the deck, the new deck that Scale Decks just released a little while ago.
Is that actual wood or plastic?
The wood, the deck is wood. But yeah, I love the detail that John over at Scale Decks puts into his decks.
Have you noticed it swelled and contracted out with the humidity?
Nope. I haven't noticed any swelling at all, really. Mind you, I also didn't use regular Gorilla Glue for it.
Yeah.
I use Gorilla Wood Glue, which doesn't expand the way their PVA does.
Oh, I love Gorilla Wood Glue.
What did you use for the blast bags on the 15-inch guns?
Well, the blast bags are aftermarket.
Okay.
Are
they soft or are they cloth or are they plastic?
They're resin. They're hard resin. The barrels are brass. I tend to put a lot of aftermarket into my builds. I'm a little crazy that way.
When you spend that much on a kit, you might as well.
Yeah. The photo etch is from MK1. And the barrels were master models from Czechoslovakia, as were the blast bags. And the deck, as I mentioned, is the new deck that was just brought out last year from MK1, or not MK1, sorry, Scale Decks.
Okay, am I the only one who almost had a mild heart attack when he got up and looked like he was about to drop that?
Yeah.
Not as much as I did. I really get myself in a position where I can have a permanent work desk, so I can actually have a chair that sits up off the ground.
This chair is actually a gaming chair. It's got a curved bottom so you can sit and rock.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got the speakers in the back here.
Yeah, my kid's got one.
Yeah.
So you're actually sitting on the ground.
She's a lot smaller than you.
Well, it's full-size chair if it had legs on it. It just doesn't. It just has a curve on the bottom. My neighbor came over one day and saw me having trouble sitting on. I had. This is what I was sitting on to build my models.
Oh dear God!
And I'm like, God, this thing's killing my back. He's like, you know what? I got a gaming chair over there. I never use it. It's low to the floor, so it'll put you at the right height for your table. Because for my workbench, I'm using literally a living room end table.
Ooh. It's meant to hold like a lamp, an ashtray, and maybe a couple of magazines.
But
you did a 250.
I built a 1 to 200 scale Bismarck on this. Yes, I did.
You're more of a man than I am. I would have gave up on that.
Most of the people in this hangout actually watched me do it. There was a couple of times they were scratching their head going, should we be calling the guys with the white coats? Because I work with what I work with because unfortunately it's me and my wife and my son living in a small one-bedroom apartment.
Mm.
So all this has to pack away. My tool chest here, everything goes in that at the end of the night and it gets shoved over by the window there. This goes back at the end of the couch. My lamps get put away. This chair goes over by that bookcase there. Because once morning comes, Liam owns the living room. So, and I'd rather not have him jumping around when he gets excited about his cartoons with my battleship sitting right here.
I understand that.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure?
Dude, considering I sunk $1,000 into that Bismarck, I don't have a sense of adventure. I have a sense of, get the hell away from that, you little bugger. That's what I have a sense of.
Does Gil come out to hangouts much anymore?
Yeah, occasionally. Tonight he's got family over. So he said he might be in, he might not. Judging by the time, probably not.
I just remember when he started the Styrene Syndicate and Reddragon Modelwerks, we used to be on almost every night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's, we went through a bit of a shuffle about a little over a year ago. And up until what was it, like a week ago, it was just me and Gil running it for the past year. And we took on 2 more moderators, which are Brian here and Chris. We took them on about a week ago, so things are a little bit easier now. But yeah, for a while there, it was more than we could keep up with. We've been discussing getting his weekly show back up and running too sometime in the future. It's in the works.
That'd be fun.
Well, it used to be a weekly thing, but oh, okay, there it is. Stop and double check that for a minute.
What, to make sure they didn't give you the wrong part again?
No, to make sure I was looking at the right spot. It's one thing I don't like about working with 1 to 350 scale etch as opposed to 1 to 200 scale. Clipping these damn railings off without bending them. I got spoiled with that 1 to 200 scale.
Yeah, that is nice.
I mean, some of it was still dicey. I mean, the planes on that thing have full cockpits with dashboards.
That's insane.
I haven't got that far yet.
Luckily, they were pre-printed.
So, John, with the way the arms fit, it's not a seam line?
What's that?
There's no seam line to deal with later when you put the arms on?
Oh, no, the wings are already...
I think he's talking to Johnny there, Mick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he puts the arms on.
No, you can't see anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, because the way. Oh, okay. Wow. That is really
And
nice.
It's keyed so it goes behind her. And you can't see anything.
Dang, yeah, that's
The only bad thing about the kits, the shield when you first get it, it's all warped. But if you heat it up with a hairdryer and lay it flat, that's my only bad thing I have to say about the kit.
Oh,
I'm actually going to have to get my eyeballs out for this one.
Well, better your eyeballs than your balls.
No, I can't get the balls.
I don't think anyone else has seen our
Wife's
balls.
already gone to bed. Wife's already gone to bed. I can't go into her purse and get them.
Ha!
That makes more sense. I was looking at the part and didn't fit until I looked closer and realized that it extends the other way. So that skill. Never mind the tweezers. I bent that piece by hand.
Use your teeth, then you know you're a man.
Yeah, it ain't happening with me, dude. Not looking like this. I only got teeth on the bottom. Those tops are broken stumps. Okay.
How's the picture on this camera? I just, like I was talking to Gil, I just got it and trying to see how it works. I haven't played with any of the settings.
It's pretty good.
Pretty decent.
Do I sound okay?
Yep.
All right, thanks.
A little rough when you first came in, but for sound, but it's cleared up.
Still trying to play with all the controls.
Well, guys, I gotta go in, so we'll talk to you later.
Take
Later,
it,
Tommy.
Tommy.
You'll be back at my tomorrow. I'll take it easy.
Oh.
Get back here. Too far.
Not looking too shabby.
Yeah, this build is also a beta test for scale decks as well. As John just released his retooled deck for the he had one for the old tool 350 scale,
Mm-hmm.
and he just released one for the new tool. So we're going to be putting that on here in a matter of days, I guess. I was actually going to paint the top half of the hull tonight and put it on tomorrow, but then I thought, you know, if I'm going to break out the airbrush, I might as well get some of these superstructure components done first so I can paint them all up at once.
Now you're using logic.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. I don't know why. I asked my doctor. He doesn't know either.
So, Nick, what's the next build after the Yamato?
Well, I've been hearing some rumblings from John that he would like me to tackle the 1 to 200 scale hood next. So we shall see. A lot of it depends on what he's got ready to be tested when I finish this one. Although I imagine there'll probably be one of my own sideline projects in there somewhere. Because that's been known to happen from time to time, too. Usually while I'm waiting for aftermarket parts for one of these projects, but you know.
Well, it seems like you carried through that pretty quick. How much longer do you think you got on it?
Oh, I've got a while yet. It won't be as long as the Bismarck. The Bismarck took me 13 months. Honestly, it's the photo etch that takes the longest.
Time to get out the inks.
Been working on this one. Let's see. About 2.5 weeks now.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks. But like I said, it's the photo etch is what consumes all the time. A guy in one of my other model groups, he banged out the old tool Yamato in like a week.
What?
Yeah, but he had absolutely no photo etch on. He just built it straight out of the box.
Okay.
Back when I was with my ex-wife, I used to do a 1 to 350 scale in about a week to 2 weeks. But then again, they were all out of the box builds back then. That was before I found the joy that is photo etch and various other aftermarket stuffs. You know, when I was still sane. Or relatively so, anyway.
Too bright.
Definitely need to pick myself up some more X-Acto blades soon.
What size?
Number 11s. I meant to grab some at the beginning of the month, but then I took a look at my finances and put $15 back into the bank so the rent check didn't bounce. I fear we may have gone a little overboard for Easter shopping. Matter of fact, that's how I figured it out. Was I went to go buy some supplies, and I took a look at the bank account. Went, oh shit! I guess I'm not getting the supplies.
Amazing how your priorities change.
Yeah, having a kid will do that to you. I mean, I can go without luxuries like groceries, but my little guy kind of can't.
How old is your son?
My youngest is 5. There's also an 18-year-old and a 22-year-old in there, and some grandkids. That's my kids. My wife has 4 of her own from before her and I met. One of them has 4 kids. So. They make you feel old when all of a sudden you're a grandfather.
Haven't had that privilege yet.
My daughter phoned me when she first got pregnant, and she says, I know you're going to yell at me. And she told me why. I says, I'm not going to yell at you. She says, why? I says, if I yelled at you, would it make you any less pregnant? No. Then what's the point? It's not going to change anything.
No, it's not.
All it's going to do is make you pissed off at me. So, and quite frankly, I'd like to meet my grandkids. So it was surprising because my ex-wife's family thought I was going to freak, and I was the only one in the family that didn't yell at her. But you know, that's my philosophy. I mean, not going to change anything. All it's going to do is, if you yell at the kid, all you're really doing is making sure you're not going to get to meet your grandkids. So. Right. No, I'm not going to yell at you.
I keep waiting for our oldest one to tell us that him and his girl are going to have a baby, but hasn't happened yet.
And then for her second one, she had a Jerry Springer pregnancy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, she literally went into labor. She didn't know she was pregnant.
Oh boy.
And there's only like 10, 11 months between them, so she must have gotten pregnant pretty much right after she gave birth. That one, her boyfriend thought I was going to yell at him. No, I'm not going to yell at you. If I make a big scene, the cops will know who to look at.
Right.
He was scared of me. For damn good reason. First time I ever spoke to him, my daughter had posted something on her timeline on Facebook, but she sounded a little bit down, a little bit depressed. So I told her, I commented on her post saying, I love you, sweetheart. You know I'm here if you need me. And her boyfriend goes, and just who the hell are you, Mick? I says, I'm her fucking father. Just who the hell are you? That shut him up in a big hurry. Because then, of course, all Sarah's friends started making fun of him. You stupid idiot! You don't even know who her father is. Some boyfriend you are. And so then he went and looked on my profile, and back then I still had the mohawk. So he's like, "Oh God, what did I just pick a fight with?" So went to visit my ex-wife and my kids. Well, more to the point, I went to visit the kids. I couldn't care less about the ex-wife, but she was there. I got to accept it. And he came over to visit Sarah, and she sits him down at the table. She says, "Ray, this is my dad. You met him on Facebook." And suddenly he developed more manners than I have ever seen in a kid his age. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can I get you a coffee, sir? I pull out my cigarette and I go, "Oh, okay. Where's my lighter?" He's, "Oh, let me get that for you, sir." About a half an hour later, I was out of cigarettes, and he gave me one of his. He had 2 packs on him. He had just bought. He gave me one. Yeah, he was. Man, it took weeks for the lip prints to fucking disappear from my ass.
Not the ass was getting ready to ask if it was getting chapped or not.
I was this close to asking him if he could taste my breakfast before I could, because man, your lips are awful far up my ass, buddy. And then when he got abusive to her and he hit her and they broke up, and he not only moved out, he left town. To this day, nobody knows where he is. He says, no, because once Mick finds out that I hit her, he's going to try and kill me, so I'm leaving town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an ass kick in the store there.
Life lesson: don't hit the girl whose dad looks like a bad guy out of a Mad Max movie. Like I said, back then I still had the mohawk and I was still walking around with the combat boots and all that. And it's
rubber chicken. Now that would have been funny. First meeting and you got the rubber chicken on the table. No gun, no knife, the rubber chicken.
He never knew about the rubber chicken, so I don't know if he would have gotten it. Well, he'd have gotten it really quick as soon as I picked it up and whacked him with it.
Not even. Just the fact of think about the situation. You're a young kid. You're coming to meet a dad who's got a blue mohawk, combat boots. You walk into a room and you see a rubber chicken. There's no way you're in a settled mood after that. You're constantly going, what the fuck? Oops, sorry. What the hell? And wondering, am I getting hit with that?
Well, I'm sure when I picked it up and he saw that there was weight in it,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the idea almost immediately. I'm sure by the second squeaky, he'd know exactly what was going on. Poor Johnny's sitting here going, what the hell did I just walk into? I don't know if he was in here when I told you about the rubber chicken.
I picked up parts of that because I've been lurking for a while. Like I told Gil, I was waiting for a new camera to come in.
Yeah, I used to be a Toronto street punk, and I'm walking through Active Surplus one day, and they've got a bin full of rubber chickens. I looked over and I just sort of giggled to myself, and I walk on a little further, and I see halfway down the aisle, it's a general surplus store, all overstock stuff, not a military surplus store, but I see they have sales on 177 caliber BBs.
Oh.
So I'm like, hey, I grabbed 2 packs of those, and I went back and grabbed a rubber chicken. My buddy Phil, who was with me, Futon Phil, we used to call him. He tells me, he says, what the hell are you doing? I says, just wait, you'll see. He goes, what are you up to, Mick? He says, I know you. This does not bode well. So we get outside, and I pull the squeaky thing out of the rubber chicken's butt, and I start loading the pellets in there with the BBs. Put both tubes full of BBs in there, and then put the squeaky thing back in the hole. And I walked up to the stop sign, and I whacked the stop sign with it. And it left like a huge dent in the stop sign. So I know as a sap, this is going to work. But the best part is, when I hit the sign, it gave this ever so comical and satisfying squeaky. So a couple of weeks later, I'm walking through the park, and there's these 2 neo-Nazis. They're picking on a gay couple in the park, They're out gay bashing. I got a problem with neo-Nazis. So I walked up to him, and I went, hey, bonehead. He turns around, and I went, squeaky! And the other guy turned around and booked it. Now, a buddy of mine's in the park, Now you got to understand, at this point, I have a great big blue mohawk done up in Liberty spikes. And the cop was asking this guy, what happened? What did you see, you know? A buddy of mine's nearby listening to all this happening, and he says, I saw big blue hair, a rubber chicken, then pop, out go the lights. And the cop says, have you been taking drugs? So after about 3 or 4 of these guys turned up, you know, sapped with a rubber chicken, the cops are like, I'll be goddamned. It sounds like we've got a Muppet running around sapping people with a rubber chicken. So the cops are starting to ask around town about anybody with, you know, blue hair and a rubber chicken. So I shaved the mohawk off, ditched the rubber chicken. You know, I'm just plain old Joe Punk with a bald head out there. Actually, I kind of blended in with my usual victim profile because now I got my head shaved. And I let things go for a while, and the next spring, I go and I buy another rubber chicken. For about 3 or 4 years, every spring, there'd be a rash of people getting sapped with rubber chicken. There's a Jewish outreach organization in Toronto called Via Hafta, and their manager was a good buddy of mine, and I'm at the Via Hafta van one day getting, you know, fresh socks and some sandwiches and whatnot, and he says to me, he says, I heard there's a guy running around with a big blue mohawk and a rubber chicken sapping boneheads. I says, yeah, I heard about that. He says, yeah, I knew that had to be you. He hands me $20. He says, I knew that had to be you here.
Go buy a chicken.
Just because it was there, and it was comical.
No, I said he gave you $20 to buy a chicken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he just gave me $20 because it was like, yeah, no, I like that. You know? I mean, Daryl has been picked on by the neo-Nazis most of his life, so he's not going to show any sympathy towards these guys.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go make a cup of coffee.
Cheers. But yeah, that and the Dayglow colored fucking Argyle sock with the giant marble in it was fun too.
Yeah, that one just made a thud noise though.
Yeah, it didn't quite have the same comic value, but at the same time, the last thing you expect to be socked in the face with is hot pink and Dayglow purple Argyle sock, you know? Because I like doing things out of the ordinary.
How many of these things are going to still incriminate you?
Oh, the statute of limitations on common assault is long since run out. Well, assault with a weapon, but you know.
What about assault with a chicken?
If one of them had died, that might be a different story. But now that you mention it, you know, I don't think I don't think that there's any laws specific to a rubber chicken. Not something they expect to come up, you see.
Probably not in Canada, but I'm thinking in the South, maybe.
You know, down here we just eat people's faces off.
I don't know. That kind of seems like to me like a good reason to go on a vacation. You guys sound like you need some rubber chickens down there. Whee! And tonight in the news, a Florida man has been stopped with a rubber chicken Oddly enough, there was a one-legged Jewish man standing nearby laughing his ass off. We couldn't get a comment out of him. He was laughing too hard.
There is a joke there about beating your chicken, but I'm not going to go there.
Oh, don't make me laugh, dude. I'm sick.
Oh, come on, Brian. You know damn well you'd be laughing your ass
Oh,
off.
I would. I'd be pointing and laughing and unable to breathe.
Got that, Big Bird.
Brian runs into a bonehead on the street with a rubber chicken stamped on his forehead. You met Nick.
You've been squeaked.
Did you have time to hear the squeaky before you passed out, or was it just instantaneous? I honestly believe life is too short to take seriously, but that doesn't mean you can't get some revenge along the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always found that life is so interesting how things will come around. Like, this is going to sound crazy, but here I am. Picture this. I'm in, what grade is it? Okay, I'm in the 8th grade. This is where I went to school. This was still junior high. And I had a crush on this girl bad. And I'm not talking stalker bad, but like I'd ask her out and she'd be like, okay, yeah, we'll meet up. Then she wouldn't be there. Then she'd be there with one of the jocks. Then she'd keep leading me on and stuff. So then finally she ends up dating this one kid who I absolutely hated. I mean, he was just a total obnoxious. We're live. So anyway,
it's late enough you can say it, don't worry.
Oh, he was an obnoxious cunt. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I noticed that they're dating. And I'm like, what? Him? Really? I gotta have some fun with this. So I go and I write a letter. Dear, I don't want to say her name out loud. Dear so-and-so, I found somebody that can give me more in one night than you were able to give me in the last 3 weeks we've been dating. It's been fun, but I need older, more mature women than you. Have fun. Talk to you later. See ya. And I go and I fold it up and I stick it in her locker through the slat. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to hear anything of this again. No joke. 2 periods later, I'm walking down the hallway towards the band room and I see her holding a letter, fuming with her girlfriend, walking down. I'm going to kill him. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going, no way. No joke. An hour later, next period, I see him in the hallway going to his friend. I didn't write it. I don't know who wrote it. And I'm going, there's a God. Thank you.
Oh, accidental vindication. You gotta love that.
Oh, I was like, God, I know my life has been shit, but thank you for that. So, no joke. We're sitting there, fast forward now to our senior year, and I have my own morning radio show at the high school radio station, which actually transmitted clear across the Long Island Sound to Connecticut. I mean, I had calls coming in from the city everywhere. And she came in to do it as an extra credit. So we're sitting there one day, and I'm like, all right, we're going to have, oh, God, give me a second to breathe. We're going to have Confession Friday. And so we start going around, so everyone's going to confess something. If you want to call in, whatever. And then finally one of the guys asked me, what do you got to confess? And I look right at her. And I go, well, so it has to do with her sitting right here. I said, do you remember way back in 8th grade, you were dating Orrin Rubenstein? She goes, yeah. I was like, you got a letter you got from Orrin? She goes, yeah. And I recited it word for word. And she went, oh. I said, yeah, I wrote that. She goes, what? I was like, yep. She goes, why would you do that? I said, one, because I hated his guts, and 2, how many times did you stand me up? She goes, oh. Now, fast forward to we finally meet up again on Facebook. Years later, she's got kids. We're all married. You know,
Yeah.
we're all moved on. And who does she marry? A guy that looks almost identical to me.
That's kind of creepy.
And I'm looking at that and going, would you look at that? She kept going for the jocks and the pretty boys. And what did she end up with? One of my tribe. Oh, yeah. Good times. But the fact that day that he's walking down the hallway going, I didn't write it. I'm like, yes! Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'm
does
not
have
smart
moments.
enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, buff out already. Let's go.
There it is. These parts are ready for painting when the time comes.
Alright. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's all getting painted.
Need F sprue.
F for
F sprue you. Looks like the one. It is the one.
Hey.
Ooh, nice
Alright,
fresh
okay.
sprue. I haven't even pulled any parts off. Just I have. Okay. I thought I hadn't pulled any parts off. Turns out I did. Gotta hate when you pull your parts off.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, you go blind doing that.
Pretty much, I find you can just go ask people and they'll cut them off for you.
We don't actually have a moil in this area.
Well, there's a whole new budding business adventure for you. Next moil service. I knew it would take you a minute to go with that one.
Dick's Circumcision and Rubber Chicken Emporium.
Either you squeak or the chicken oil.
Fun for the
You
whole
put your
family.
thing on the table. I take the knife, put it here, and I take the rubber chicken and go squeaky.
Oh, man.
Or is that the sock with the marble?
Because I got to tell you, that's one part in your life you don't want to be laughing.
It's kind of like legalized gambling. You have no idea exactly how much you're going to lose.
I could have I could sell T-shirts. I lost it all. It makes moil service.
Mix moil and oil change. Can't lube while you lose it. Goodness.
I never gave me the chance. Which one did I just take off of there? 37. Okay.
It's 12:30. Okay, I gotta go on here. Yay. All right, gentlemen, it is 12:35 on the East Coast here. In the AM.
Yeah, I'm going to shut down the live feed here.
Bye, live world.
Okay, thank you for tuning in to Tiny Admiral's model show and hangout for Styrene Syndicate and Reddragon Modelwerks. Hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been educational. And we'll probably see you sometime within the next week.
Unless his channel gets banned.
Yeah. Well, see, now it's going to try and save it, so I'm going to find out whether that